The Texas Lyceum is unique in its purpose, heritage, and impact. Over the years, I've heard of the Lyceum many times, but I guess I never really understood it until about 15 years ago when our friend Skipper Dipple and I were working on a business venture together, and he made a comment that really got my attention. Skipper told me, among many other things, that inertia and change, usually driven by crisis, are the primary drivers in government and in life. Skipper said that in government, what mattered wasn't the power of politics or the power of economics, but the power of culture. The key is to bring people together on a collaborative basis to enact change, hopefully before a crisis mounts. And the organization to make all that happen, Skipper thought, was a smaller group called the Texas Lyceum.
In 334 BC, Greek philosopher Aristotle founded the Lyceum, a center of learning and research in a grove of oak trees outside of Athens. In that age of enlightenment, Aristotle assembled the best young minds to study the critical issues of the time and helped shape the leaders of the future. In 1980, 2,500 years later, a small group of Texans gathered to discuss the critical issues of their day. This new generation of thinkers resolved to establish a forum similar to the original Lyceum, where leaders could exchange ideas and find solutions that would ultimately benefit the state of Texas.
Congratulations, members of the Texas Lyceum, on 25 successful years developing the next generation of Lone Star leaders.
When we started the Lyceum, someone asked, "Who are you? That you all should be a leadership group." And we said, if not us, who? If not now, when?
Once we came together, it was pretty clear that there was possibly some magic in the room. And we were being given a golden opportunity to jump through this window and produce something.
The idea was really to bring together the academic leadership, the business leadership, and the political leadership of the state sort of under one roof, and have an interaction and get to know all of the people.
The key that I think was the core, though, of all of the Lyceum through all of these years has been its stewardship of Texas values. We look at Texas as being an extremely unique place, one that has a set of code of honor, a set of integrity, a set, to a large extent, of vision that encompasses those.
Whether you were the son of a governor or someone like me, you all pitched in and worked on these projects.
We all either knew each other or knew of each other, and we worked together for the Lyceum, one, for the future of the state, but two, because none of us wanted to let anybody else in the organization down. So we all rose to be better than we were individually.
The purpose of the Lyceum, as I understand and have certainly come to believe from my experience in it, is to foster what I may refer to as a Texas brand of leadership.
The goals of the Lyceum are, first and foremost, identifying the emerging leaders of Texas.
The Lyceum depends upon every class to perpetuate itself.
To me, that's the purpose of the Lyceum and the meetings, is that if it makes you think and see things differently, then it succeeds. And hopefully from that, because we have enough members who do go on to be elected officials, or at least some of us just serve as volunteers in our cities, that's the influence on it.
You become more educated, more informed, that the next time you hear about it on the news, read about it in the newspaper, you've got a slightly different view on that information and what the impact might be.
Everybody in this organization is a Texan first and foremost.
It's not a membership organization. You can't just pay your dues and join.
We gather information and we disseminate information. We do that through journals, we do that through meetings, and we do that through our members.
Whether it's water resources or health system reform, transportation, it's not always clear that the best answers will come through the legislature.
Discussion and debate and diversity of opinions are the things that make our state strong. And within Lyceum, we have the opportunity to develop friendships with others that have differences of opinion.
And even after your time as a director, you still get to network and mentor and continue those relationships that you've built over your time as a director.
These are people who thrive on engaged conversation about policy, about sharing ideas.
One thing we always try to do at Lyceum meetings is have a fireside chat. And we try to bring in people from that local community to tell us about what's going on in their community. And we've had people like John Connolly and John Ben Shepherd.
The journal would come across my desk when I was governor, and it was something I always looked at thoroughly. It was always useful in trying to help bring new ideas to old problems.
The beautiful thing about our state and about this organization is it's a diverse one. Not just geographically diverse or any measure of diversity, but this measure of diversity. Diversity of thought and idea.
We want to have both sides of an issue addressed by the experts in that field, and we want to give our membership ample opportunity to respond to those panelists. And I have seen some upset members. I've seen people get on their feet. I've seen fingers pointed in faces.
We will never get everybody to come to a consensus on a particular point because we don't pick easy points. However, that lays the groundwork for eventually coming together and being able to compromise.
I'm in the rock and roll business. We manufacture staging and lighting equipment for most of the world's largest touring bands. And so from politicians to professionals in service industries to rock and roll, it's a great expression of professional diversity.
Well, the Lyceum rotates to different cities around the state every quarter. And a lot of these cities we would never go to if we were not in a group like the Lyceum. We've been to trips up in the Panhandle, out to West Texas, here in Midland, to Alpine and Fort Davis, and out to El Paso.
I mean, I've toured a feedlot in Amarillo to fought a bull in Juarez. We've canoed through Santa Elena Canyon in the Big Bend. We've been to the tall pines of Nacogdoches.
The opportunity to travel and visit different parts of this great state was fabulous for me and my family members.
If you will take advantage of a membership in the Lyceum, it will enrich your life, for the rest of your life.
There were some bonds of friendship that were created, a network that was created in an environment where people were learning things, and yet it was, fun.
The best part of the meetings are afterwards, when you get to know your fellow members and you get to know the people that are there. And that's where you really get to bond.
We can debate and argue and get at each other and get down into the issues.
What that's made me realize, of course, is that the greatest asset we have here in Texas is our people.
It's a really best kept secret in the state of Texas, and if we can find ways of making people know more about the Lyceum, I think that it will open up perhaps more possibilities for wonderful leaders to come forward and to contribute to this great organization.
The Lyceum is a key part of turning out that next generation of leadership.
To reach down and grab the next generation and help them up. And that's exactly what you're seeing with the alumni of the Texas Lyceum.
Everything we do in the state of Texas has the potential to be, and in many cases will be, a model for the rest of the nation. So when we do it well, which I contend we will always do, it becomes a model for the nation. When we do it poorly, we kind of shake that off, get back up, and do it well the next time. And I truly believe that that is who Texas is.
The Texas Lyceum has established a legacy of leadership. It is a unifying force in bringing the state's leaders together in an effort to look to the future, to learn, and to work toward a greater Texas.
I'd ask that the Texas Lyceum begin its next 25 years as it did its first, by concentrating on a bold perspective of the future, a prioritization of our challenges, and how we can remain stewards of the shared values that allow us to work with each other for the common good.
Happy birthday, Texas Lyceum, 25 years! Woo!
What happens at the Lyceum stays in the stays in the Lyceum, or at least should stay in the Lyceum.
If there was a sequel, I might be on it, and I'm going to call it Lyceum 2: The Wrath of Skipper.
Yeah, his name is Skipper Dipple. That's his real name.
A turtle. You see a turtle on a cedar stub.
What I'd like to say to everybody is happy birthday and congratulations on a great first 25 years.
Happy birthday, Lyceum.
Happy birthday, Texas Lyceum.
Hook 'em horns.
You don't know much about that turtle, but you do know one thing. And that's that turtle did not get there by himself.
You know, I've woken up in the middle of the night and I've sought therapy on this point, but how do you say Skipper Dipple in Chinese?
No one there really knew how to cook a marshmallow. It seemed like we all burned them.
Typical cuisine, possum, raccoon, or roadkill, whatever we can dig up. It was going to have to be a lot because Skipper was going to be involved.
And that's how we all are. We're all turtles on a cedar stub.
Happy birthday, Texas Lyceum.
Happy 25th anniversary, Lyceum, and many more.
Happy 25th anniversary to the Texas Lyceum, and I hope the next 25 years are just as great.
Most importantly, I would like to thank Flipper Skipple.
Skipper Dipple? Can you believe that's his real name?
Thanks, Team and Dipple.
Happy anniversary, Texas Lyceum.
Happy birthday.
Happy anniversary, Texas Lyceum.
Happy 25th anniversary.
Skipper Dipple? That's his real name?
I'll tell you what I'd like. I'd like a triple of Skipper Dipple.
Skipper Dipple, what can I say about you? I'm damn glad I got a chance to meet you.
Skipper Dipple? That's his real name?
Skipper Dipple? What's a Skipper Dipple?
Happy 25th anniversary. Glad you made it, and I hope I'm around for the next 25th.
Happy birthday, Lyceum.
Happy birthday, Texas Lyceum.
There were a number of humorous stories I'd love to share with you, but the whole group is sworn to secrecy.
It is purely rumor that the Lyceum tattoo is mandatory for membership. That is a pure rumor. I just want to dispel that right here and now.